It's time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal, presented by PSE Archery. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure. So let's step outside and hit the trail.
This episode of the Up North Journal podcast is brought to you by PSE Archery,
Scentlock Technologies,
Scent Blocker,
Rambo Bikes,
Hunter's Blend Coffee,
Limwalker Game Calls,
Stanislawski Releases,
Copper John Sights,
Easy Cut Outdoor Products,
Fourth Arrow Camera Arms,
Wind Sense Hunting Sense,
X-Stand Tree Stands,
Spot Shooters,
Gut Check Indicators,
and Packermax Cultipackers. And don't forget, you can catch us in syndication at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on goodtalkradio.com. Welcome back to another episode of the Up North Journal. We're here in the cabin on a Wednesday night, and it's a special edition of Tred Barta's Get Off the Couch Expedition. And before we get going real quick here, we want to make sure that got the UNJ promo code right there. If you guys would like to go over to Hunter's Blend Coffee and get you an order, you can save 10% by using that promo code. And Hunter's Blend not only takes care of us here in the Up North Journal cabin, they also take care of Tred while he is out on his trip. So without further ado, let's just get into it. And Tred, are you with us?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, we're doing good. I hear you're out in the middle of a river.
No, that's not true. Where I am is on the shore of Squirrel Lake.
Oh, a lake.
And
okay.
Lake is kind of a glacier type of lake. Around me are mountains that range from 6,000 to 17,000 feet. There's snow-capped. It's right in the middle of grizzly and bear country when the bear hunting just started yesterday, and a number of hunters are here for brown bears and for huge black bear. And it is, I really don't know how to say this. I started this off as a whim to kind of follow the Bible and follow myself, try to be a better person, try to grow, and that went from that to pure enjoyment and awe, and then that went to, I don't think I'm going to make it, and I think I might run out of money this month, and I didn't know if I was going to get here, and I couldn't believe where I was. I mean, it's just, when I got halfway and got through Canada, and I'd gone like 4,000 miles, before I knew it, I was 2 hours from Alaska, and I had an epiphany. I said, I just don't believe this is going to happen. I don't believe I'm going to do this. And when I crossed the Alaskan line, I broke out in tears like a little baby.
I can imagine.
It just couldn't control myself. It has been so hard work and the anticipation and the planning and everything trying to do what I set out to do. And at some point I said to myself, I now have the right to say, get off the couch. I now have the right to say, come on, guys, if I can do it, you can do it. Because it's just incredible what I've accomplished. And I don't say it about myself. It's just incredible what people like myself can accomplish if you hurry up living and don't hurry up dying. If you always look on the positive side. And a lot of people will take offense to this, but you know what? I don't care what they said. I followed the road that God took me. And the road he laid down for me was perfect. And I saw beautiful black bear on this trip, gorgeous animals. And I saw a black bear in the brown or chocolate color phase. I saw a stone sheep. I saw moose. I saw caribou. I mean, and this is on roads, guys, that you drive 2 or 3 hours. Are you listening to me? 2 or 3 hours, and you don't see one car, not one person, nobody. And the report from Tred Barta is Alaska is still very, very wild. And that cast I made just stuck. Hold on a second. There it is. I'm fishing a tandem fly. I'm fishing a dry top fly with a very pink shrimp kind of a pattern on the bottom, because apparently there are a lot of shrimp, freshwater shrimps in these waterways, and they love them. But nobody's loved me yet. But I'm waiting. I'm casting a 4-weight, personally made bamboo fly rod with a Galvin reel, and look at that one, laid it right down. Oh, I wish you could see me cast. I'm in my action track chair, I've got my 45 ACP Glock in its holster next to me. I have driven the action track chair, motors, and a track out to the middle of this little spit. I would say it's, without exaggerating, it's 7 inches deep, maybe. And the water is crystal clear, as you would expect in a kind of a high alpine type of situation. And there's mountain ranges all around me. And the tops of the mountains are snow-covered. Pepper is close to me and watching me all the time. And sometimes he waits out to the chair and he goes out to a point. And my soul is very relaxed. It just feels so good to be in Alaska. And I hope that people hearing me don't understand that for me it was Alaska. But for you it could be Wisconsin or what's it called in northern Michigan, way up on the point.
The Upper Peninsula?
It could be the UP. It could be your backyard. It could be at the Sweet Range. It could be anywhere to get off the couch. And that is really what I'm trying to do. And on the way up here, I said to myself, Tred, who are you kidding? How many people are really listening? How many people are you really helping? And I came to the decision that I'm helping one person. It's I'm helping 5 people who literally say, I've had enough. I'm going to start living. What a great job I did. And I feel very, very good about it.
I know we've taken messages from people that have been listening in and following. I know of a couple here in our area specifically. So yeah, you are making a difference in other people's lives. So this trip is inspiring a lot of people. So
anyway, Alaska is truly beautiful. The roads to Tok, T-O-K, and maybe you could show them where it is on a map. And the roads down to Valdez and this area are the most horrendous roads I've ever driven in my life. They are well paved and they are safe. But my God, the frost heaves are unbelievable. I mean, it's incredible. And I think we talked about the incidents I had with the big wind, didn't we?
No, that was you've had that since we talked last, actually.
Yeah. What happened is I was coming down a fairly big hill, and I was in the hammer lane, and I felt that I was losing steering on one of the wheels. The front end feels very light, and I didn't know what was happening. I looked back in my rear view mirror, and the entire trailer is on 2 wheels about 6 or 7 feet off the ground.
Wow.
And we had storms and lightning and all kind of pestilence. It was unbelievable. So what I did was I called one of the local airports and called Anchorage and told them what happened. And they said I just experienced a microburst. And that it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. So that was interesting, very interesting. So it was scary as all could be. So I did apparently experience one of those, and it almost tipped the trailer over.
Well, you posted a couple pictures here that we got of what happened on the inside.
Oh, my God. The inside of the trailer looked like a bomb went off, just like a bomb. But I got through that okay. I've fallen out of my chair 8 times since I've been here, and a couple of them really, really hard. I put them on my Facebook, and man, they hurt. My feet are just starting to come down. They were swollen up for some reason. My friend Dave White is with me from Islamorada, Florida, and I can't tell you, it's like somebody turned a switch. Life is so nice. Oh, my God. He brings my shower chair over. I mean, every single thing I do has just become 5,000 times easier, and I'm starting to just enjoy it for what it is, and that's a great experience.
Yeah, I got to imagine having somebody with you helps to lighten some of those loads as well. It's having that camaraderie out there on the water. Yeah,
it really does. And it just, you're always worried about that one calamity that you're going to be out here. And I mean, we won't see anybody all day long. We will not see anybody on this lake or near us all day long. So if something happened to me out here, it would be interesting at least. So that feel good there, and it's a great help. But I'm not encouraging. I want people to understand something. I'm not encouraging people with my infliction to be stupid enough to go drive to Alaska yourself to prove a point. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Makes no sense whatsoever. But the reason I did it was to draw attention to myself. And there's another reason I did it, and that is, I believe, personally, I believe that if you believe in the Lord, if you can learn to put your trust in Him, if you can learn to appreciate His grace and what He did for us, that there is a different type of calmness that comes over you. I call it the confidence of a Viking. I also say I wear the armor of God. You just feel at ease and let all of the tangible little stupid things that we all go through every day just fall off your back. And you truly get to relax. But it's just a wonderful thing. And, right now, this lake is colors of tan, aqua, green, deep blue. It is just gorgeous where I am. I'm going to send you pictures. But as you look around you, this has been like this for as long as time is. And you have the privilege to be in true wilderness. And it's just a very refreshing time. I've been on all these hunts before. I've been all through Alaska on my TV show. I've flown in on this and flown in on that and done this with this and everything that you possibly can do. But I never got to sit in a pond, a lake, in my action-packed chair, looking out over the water and casting a fly and not having to accomplish anything. I don't have a TV show. I don't have 15 cameras. I don't have doctors. I don't have anybody. And it's funny, a doctor called me today. I got reception. You don't get a lot of cell coverage up here. And my blood doctor called me and he said, well, I got some suggestions of what we can do. And here I'm sitting in the middle of the lake and I'm thinking to myself, really? I don't think there's a better doctor than where I am, guys.
Right.
So, the thing that I wish when I sit here is that everyone at some time in your life gets to feel some type of wilderness. I certainly felt it in the UP, and I certainly feel it in many parts of the United States. But it's a nice feeling. Kind of feel sorry for people who have to live their whole life in the city,
Right. It looks so peaceful. Everything that you've posted, your the pictures you've posted, everything to me is just simply breathtaking. I can't imagine what it was.
By the way,
Go ahead.
By the way, I'll interrupt you for a sec. I know everybody thinks I'm giving a plug to this coffee company who's helping everybody a little bit, but I got to tell you, I like the coffee, and I do drink it every morning, and I'm kind of getting hooked. And when the coffee company, Hunter's brand, said, Tred, we're willing to give you a couple of boxes, I said, my ass, I said, you give me a big box so I have it for the whole trip, or don't give it to me at all.
Right.
And this huge box goes up. So, I think I've got enough for the whole summer.
Right. No, it's good stuff, man. It gets us charged up before the shows,
Yeah.
And
So
they
like
get back
to
they give back to the hunting industry. That's the beautiful thing about it, and it's a Christian-based company as well. So fits right with what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah. I did feel a couple times scared. There were a couple of nights I'm in the trailer by myself, and I don't know anybody, and oh my goodness gracious. I ran out of fuel twice, and I'm carrying 50 gallons in the back of my truck, or perhaps just 40. And it gets real quiet.
I bet.
It gets real quiet. So when you're out there and you're out on the road and all the bears are out eating the spring grass and you're out in your wheelchair trying to fill the truck with a 4-gallon jug that you can't lift and trying to figure out how to do it. And, you just look up at the sky and say, please give me a break. And here comes by a trucker and helps you fuel. It's a great feeling. The most I paid for fuel was $7.80.
Wow.
And that was on the top of a mountain where you had to buy it. And the guy had a sign, don't worry about the price. Worry that I have fuel.
Right.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Well, I remember last time we talked, you were concerned about the fuel load not being big enough to get you to the next station.
Yeah. What you need, if you have a small truck like I do, a 1500, and you're pulling a heavy trailer, it looks like you have to have about 35 gallons with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a proper diesel truck or a different type of truck, then I think you're okay.
Okay.
And but I've enjoyed every part of the trip. I go into Canadian Customs. You got to have this form and that form, and there's a lot of rules and regulations and what's accepted and what's not accepted. I walk in the terminal. They've got people of every race and color and kind sitting and waiting, and I'm coming in and I'm saying, "Oh boy, this is going to be a mess." I have a rifle and a shotgun with me. Bellows, that's the guy from the back. Is that Tred? I said, "Yes, sir. Who is this?" And he said, "I was in Bella Coola, British Columbia, when you shot the grizzly with the wooden arrow and the stone point. And I remember meeting you at some marina and blah, 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 blah. And before I knew it, I was through and taking pictures and hugging and this and that, and I was out of there. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was just amazing."
Wow.
That was pretty funny.
Such a small world to meet somebody like that.
I plan to tour all of Alaska, and I plan to basically go all the way up past Fairbanks towards Nome. I plan to basically do the whole Alaskan adventure, and I think the whole summer would be just about the perfect time for me to do that.
Yeah, definitely for weather, it would be the perfect time for you to get around and push in a lot deeper. I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break here. Let's throw to a commercial, and we come back, we'll continue the conversation. I think we're at a good point right now where we can take a quick break. We'll step outside, and Tred's already outside, so we'll be right back after this.
PSE Archery has reinvented the way you buy bows.
From now on, you can make the most educated decision possible
by basing your bow choice specifically on your shooting needs and goals.
All you need to do is ask yourself, what kind of shooter am I? What do I want to achieve?
PSE will help find the right category for you.
So, what kind of shooter are you?
Find out at psearchery.com.
We are back for our second segment of the show live with Tred on this Wednesday night, where he is up on Squirrel Lake in Alaska, fishing away, and it sounds like he's not happy with his spot.
No, are you not catching anything there, Tred, right now?
No, I know there's nice rainbows here, but it's kind of a deep pond or small lake, and I'm fishing a dry fly and David White is he's fishing in meth spinners, and he should be knocking them up to that with those lures. And we haven't really had a bite, so I think we're going to, after we talk to you guys, find another spot. And I drive the Action Track chair right up on the back of the truck, and off we go. And another day, another adventure.
You know, you got a picture here that you posted. We're showing right now. You're in probably 6-7 inches of water, the rod and reel in your hand. Just out there in the water. That is, to me, just amazing. You know, to see that, I know that you've got your batteries recharged now. You've got to feel excited and relieved that you've made it there. But when you crossed over into Alaska and you're there, what's going through your mind at that point?
Well, it's funny, you know, a lot of times you wish for something and you work so hard for it, and you set the rules and regulations for what you're trying to accomplish to do it all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally get there and you say, holy crap, what have I done? What have I done? And, you know, really, I'm in Alaska with my dog in a trailer by myself, and I just came 40-something thousand miles from Beaufort. Now what? But now that Dave is here and I've met some people and I'm starting to get around and loosen up, I realize that I might have been setting a bad example to people who are on the couch. I want to make something very careful. You know, when I say get off the couch, the Barta expedition, I'm not making fun of anybody. Mm-hmm. And I'm not speaking ill of anybody.
Right.
But at some point, guys, there are a lot of people that are coming back from the wars all over and from our 5 branches of service. And these people are alone. And sometimes we have disasters that their wives have left them. They have injuries. They may be on drugs or hooked on drugs. And it's pretty black. And the decision to get off the couch and either hurry up dying or hurry up living is a very, very hard decision. And everybody feels sorry for themselves. I know it. I felt sorry for myself. And a lot of people manifest their indecision or how they feel by being angry. That's my problem. I mean, shit, I can get so angry at a broom or a cell phone or anything that I could fight World War V.
Right.
But that decision has to be made. And the point I was trying to make by going Alaska by myself is the whole thing is so stupidly off the road that I was hoping that when I say I can do it, you can do it. You know, it would mean something.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you don't have to go anywhere by yourself, and you certainly don't have to drive to Alaska, and you don't have to do anything like that, do you? It has nothing really to do with anything, does it?
No, it's just words of encouragement.
It's just words of encouragement, and getting up and getting out and looking at the world in a different perspective. And that is the message that I wanted to get across. And I hope I've done that, because that's really what's important to me. The fact that I didn't break down, the fact that my truck didn't blow up, the fact that my trailer didn't turn over, the fact that I wasn't injured 8 times falling out of my chair. I can't get up if I fall out of my chair. I'm paralyzed from my tits down.
Mm-hmm.
My urine bag got caught in the action track chair while I was transitioning, and it ripped the bag off my leg.
Mm.
And I don't think anybody should be wincing that I'm saying anything dirty. It's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And with the grace of God, it pulled out at the connection that goes into my body. But it could have ripped a hole in my groin, and I could have bled to death right here.
Right.
So how is it possible that a guy like me can get in a trailer with a truck by himself, with a dog, go 4,800 miles, get where he's going, have a friend come up, and all is okay?
Absolutely.
Well, there was a road set by me. If you're a believer, put it this way, I was a believer, but I am more of a believer when I see this. It is just telling me that my message that I'm trying to tell people is pure. That's all I'm trying to say.
Speaking of your equipment and everything, how about how's that trailer holding up by Harborview? How's that doing?
You know what, the trailer, I hate to do this because it sounds like a plug, and I don't have any business arrangement with those guys yet, but how is it possible that you can take a trailer that far over the most bumpiest roads in the country, through every condition that's possible, and have every single switch, every light switch, every fuse, every single system, water system, generator system, work to perfection, including the washer and dryer? It's outrageous. So, you know what, I sent those guys a text a couple days ago, and I said, job 100%, mission well done, congratulations. And they deserve every single part of it. Fantastic. Let me tell you, trailer life, to everybody listening, I really want to make this point. I hope you drive it home and I'm off the air. But a trailer really works for handicapped people who want to discover America. Because you stop the truck, you get in the trailer, you take a nap. If you're real tired, you take a long nap. If you're hungry, you eat something. You got your house right with you. If it blows and rains and this and that, you start the generator. By the way, I don't have a fancy generator. I have a generator that isn't a generator. I have a generator, I forget the name of it, but it powers 2, not alternators, 2
battery packs.
Converters. What are they called?
The battery packs.
2. Well, no.
Battery systems.
It's converters. I'll think of the name. But as it does that, it uses very little propane. It can run on gas also. It powers the entire trailer. It costs $995, and it runs the whole trailer. So my batteries are never low, and I can go a long time. I'm prepared for this trip. I've made all the right decisions. I have all the right tools. I have emergency food. I've got a gun at my side. I'm absolutely in grizzly and brown bear country and black bear country. But the net is, a trailer is great for people who want to get out of the house. And it doesn't have to be a paralyzed trailer. If somebody's got, grab a couple of people, grab the patient or the person who needs help, and take them camping. Take them to the UP. I mean, I'm fly fishing with a bamboo fly rod in halfway out in the middle of the lake in Alaska. And if you put me on the ground, I can't get up. There's got to be a point in all of this. There has to be.
Well,
there has to be.
Yeah, we're talking about the trailer and about the ability to be able to get out. Just going to go through a couple quick pictures here. Something as simple as cooking on the stove. They've set this up for you to be able to cook on the stove. You've got some lunch here. I see that you've got fixed. Talk a little bit about how you're getting around on the inside of that camper and how that part of it's working for you.
Well, pretty good. I've been cooking on the stovetop gas. I cook on a really big grill and a pan, and I'm knocking off chicken in chunks, layers of chicken with a little bit of rice and chicken soup and a piece of potato and bread. I'm eating breakfast. I boil eggs, and I have breakfast every morning. Dinner, a lot of times I try to poach off other people if I'm at a campsite, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. But if I can't poach, and I've been pretty good at it, then I can make a fire and eat right outside. But they have the light switch, every stove switch, microwave, laundry, in and out, egress and egress, every single thing you can think of has been rehearsed. My bathroom, I can get underneath. They slanted the mirror. They made the shower huge so I can get in it. So when you do all those things, I'm very easy to go all around the trailer. Mm-hmm. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You could catch the biggest blue marlin in the ocean, shoot the biggest moose, kill the biggest rainbow. You can do anything you want. But if you can't share it with somebody else, it ain't worth shit. Mm-hmm. Pardon my language.
Right.
It just is not worth anything within your soul. And I believe mankind was here and put on this earth to share. And that's part of the human condition. And it's certainly part of what hunting is. It's certainly part of deer camp. It's certainly part of elk camp. It's certainly part of every time men or women get together. Right. So I think that it's cool. Alaska is so cool. American flag is so beautiful. I don't care what you say about Canada, British Columbia, all those places. There's nothing like the United States of America. And I'm under U.S. law, U.S. court system, U.S. post office, U.S. Department of Game, and although not connected to the lower 48, let me tell you something. I'm in the United States of America, the greatest wilderness in the world, and it feels great. It really feels great. I feel a strong sense of patriotism when I'm here. I really do.
There's no better place to be. Not in my book, anyway. I tell you what, we do have a question from somebody, but Tred, let's go ahead. Let's take another quick break. We come back, and we'll ask that question and see where that leads us into the rest of the discussion. So we'll step outside real quick.
By the way,
go ahead. Yep.
Give me a minute to cast here.
Okay. He's going to make a cast.
He's casting.
Looking for dinner for the night.
That's right.
Well, while he's doing that, we're going to step outside, and we'll be right back after this.
Acceleration is part of PSE's DNA. PSE pioneered the speed movement. Now they've developed the vapor category to help you find the most powerful bows on the market to fit you.
High speed equates to intense power and building the momentum you need to be successful. Are you a vapor shooter? Find out at psearchery.com.
Welcome back, third segment of the show. When we went to break, he was out in the water.
He was casting.
So, Tred, how did the cast go? Did you get to fly where you needed it to go?
No, except it caught in the willow behind me, and I just knocked the damn fly off. Isn't that typical?
Uh-oh, that's not good. That sounds like my kind of casting. That's the way I do it.
No, it wasn't good.
Well, before we went to break, we said we had a question, and Christine Hurst from South Carolina, she wants to know, now that you're in Alaska, what's next on your list of things to do? What have you got laid out in front of you?
I'm going to see all of Alaska this summer, and hopefully I have different friends come up and enjoy it with me. The friend I have now, David White, for example, has never caught a wild salmon in Alaska, never been to Alaska. He's caught salmon in upstate New York, but he's never experienced the salmon charging up a river, and that's going to be a cool experience to see him hooked up. I want to go all the way up to Nome, which is at the height of Alaska and not very far from Russia. And at the end of the summer, I'm going to have to look at myself and say, where do I want to live? Where am I going to be happiest? Where do I feel the best? But let me tell you something. The wonderful thing about being free and the wonderful thing about what I always say, hurry up living or hurry up dying, is I can close my eyes and say, you know what? I've never been to the Seychelles. I've never been there never been here for huge blue marlin and swordfish there. There are places all over the world I like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to think in the short term right now, the real short term is that Pepper doesn't take a bite of the sandwich that I have in my lap. I'll give him a piece. Here, Pepper. But it would be cool if I could find someone that I fell in love with who loved to be in Alaska. What a cool place to live. We don't know how cool it is until we get to winter, do we?
No. You know, speaking of ladies, I got a picture of you. Got two ladies there in the campground. Was one of these were these two of your friends, two people you met, or two people that wanted to go on the expedition with you?
Those are two friends I met on one of the campgrounds that I was at. And we've all talked about a little bit about my internet mystery date. And I'm not going to jinx myself, but we're still talking.
Okay.
And I'm still hopeful. Isn't it great that, you know, one thing that people do a lot, you know, I'd love to hear your opinion on this. People shoot so high in their dreams that they never get to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's wrong about being in Michigan and saying, you know, I've never shot a turkey with a longbow, or, you know, I've never shot a squirrel with a pellet gun, or I've never done this, or never done that, or skydiving, or sailing, or any of the things that you can't afford to do that you haven't done.
Right.
And I hear people complain a lot. Oh, Tred, you have all kind of money to do this. If you knew how much money I had, you would blast. But that's not the point. The point is, why not dream about things that you really can get accomplished in your life and just go do it?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking about that a lot lately because, you know, here I am. I can get so involved about going to Valdez or going to Fairbanks or going to Nome that I just stop thinking about how beautiful where I am right now is. I mean, I'm in the middle of a pond. I mean, it's just fantastic. It's so, you know, I hope that when I say get off the couch, people don't say, oh, that's okay for you to say. You have a trailer. You know, I want them to say, I get your point. I really want to help people. There's so many people who are just getting through life.
Mm-hmm.
They get through life. Squeeze every ounce out of the lemon. You know, make lemonade. The glass is never half empty. It's always half full. Bust out. And it feels awkward, but just go do it.
Right.
Just go do it. Just go do it.
No, asking our opinion, I understand what you're saying. You know, there was a time where I wanted to take big trips, go big places, but then there was things here at home, locally, like you said, that, you know, I got heavily into archery, and it's like, well, okay, how many animals have I never hunted with archery equipment? You know, it's just making those simple little steps to do something that I've never done before. Personally,
what I'm trying to do in Alaska is to have a purist bamboo dry fly moment where I can catch a couple huge rainbows with a very small dry fly and just cast it out there and watch the line unfold and have them sip it up and come tight on 2-pound test and a 3-weight or 2-weight fly rod. That is what I want to experience. I also want to experience I'm just here at the right time. All of the salmon, the king salmon that go up to 70 pounds, the reds, the silvers, the chums, all of these salmon are in a light brush, the crush of life, the fabric of life running up every river in Alaska so they can spawn and die.
Mm-hmm.
And the cycle of them dying feeds all of the animals and refurbishes the bears and the cougar and the brown and the black bear and the porcupine and just every beavers and all of these animals, one way or another, are affected by everything in the circle of life. And in Alaska, you're right here, man. I mean, you ain't reading the book, baby. It is right here, right now, and you're right in the middle of it.
Living it.
I'm just enjoying the hell out of it. I really gotta tell you, I am.
You know, before we started the show tonight, we were talking with Tred before we went live, and the one thing I said to you, Tred, and I think people that are listening right now can hear it in your voice, is the rejuvenation or the recharge batteries or the relaxation. And I got to imagine that that's because of where you're at. It just, the outdoors pulls all of life's worries out of us and recharges our battery and our soul.
Right.
You know what? I think you're reporting this show, or I don't know if it's live. It makes no difference to me. But if you play back what you just said in the tone that you said it and then in the sincerity that you said it, I do not believe it could be said any better. I mean, that's exactly what getting outdoors means.
It does.
And it could be fooling with a model airplane. It could be in the game of tennis or golf. It could be in all of the hunting disciplines. But the outdoor doesn't lie.
No.
That's right here. The outdoor doesn't lie. And, let me just tell you how it screws up. David is here, my friend, and to watch him see things that he's never seen before has made the trip 95% better in 2 seconds. I mean, here's a guy who's never been to Alaska. He was born in Pennsylvania, I think. He hunted and fished around that area with his father. He's an outdoorsman. He does a lot of stuff. Well, let me tell you something. When you hear him talk to your wife and the excitement, he says, I have never seen anything like this. I can't believe it. Every single turn is postcard. And when you're quiet, let's be quiet for 5 seconds. Nothing. It is so quiet. It's eerie. There's not a peak. There's nothing. It's just nature. It's unbelievable. And it's so striking. But, I appreciate you guys helping me spread the word. And the word is I want to help people. I don't know how long I have to live, but I hope it's a real long time. But I wanted to do one thing that exemplifies the way I feel about helping people. And this is it. And there just isn't anybody around. I don't know if you can hear the wind now. The wind is picked up on this pond. It's come up really, really quick. Well, now I can't fly fish, so I'm just going to watch. But the ability to share, to get outside, I think is an elixir. It is an elixir that is just worth it. And there's no way that Tred Barta could have done what I did without the help of my Lord. I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody says. I'm telling you right now that there is no way I got in my truck with 100,000 miles on it, pulled a trailer that should have been pulled by a diesel, had every single system in the trailer work to perfection, fall out of my chair 8 times, ripped the urine bag completely off my leg, and I'm in a lake fishing with a friend without one hookup. Let me tell you something. That road was laid down in such a fashion that a herd of rhinoceroses couldn't have stopped me. And I think that's just great. And, whether anybody else believes it or not, it's like any different. That is my personal thing in my heart that I will never, ever let anybody take away. And I think you guys came up with it when I met you in the trailer company. And you said, you know what, Tred, with your belief in the 23rd Psalm on the side of the trailer and what you believe in, God will lay a road for you to Alaska. And he sure did, didn't he?
Absolutely.
He sure did.
And not only was it a road, but it was definitely the scenic way.
Yeah. Goats and moose and caribou. Give me a break. Beaver and porcupine. This morning, we were fishing in a different spot. And, Dave, who has seen pictures of American eagles, an American eagle swoops right in front of him and lands on a pine tree. He's never seen an American eagle in the live before. There's a beautiful crested American golden eagle. Just beautiful.
That's amazing.
Anyway, guys, I am so relaxed and so at one with myself. I don't want to talk anymore.
That's quite all right. Well, I tell you what.
I just want to fish, and I want to thank everybody. I'm going to stay in touch with everybody through you guys up north, and I am going to send pictures. And sometimes I'll just send pictures, but there will be triumphs. But I guarantee you one thing: you will see adventure after adventure after adventure.
Well,
and get up, and I'll give you a quick recipe. Get off the couch, get up, go to church, whether you have gone in a long time or not, and step outside, and He will heal you, and you'll be okay.
Well,
how's that?
as we've done here the last couple times we've talked to you, Tred, I'm going to let you wrap up the show. Take us out with prayer tonight.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Dear Lord, for what we're about to see, may the Lord make us truly thankful. Lord, through my eyes and through someone's ears listening to me now, we thank you for the beautiful crested mountains and the 7 or 8 different colors of green and pastel, and this beautiful pond I'm in with crystal clear water, with beige and brown and green and blue, in such a wild place. We thank you for the Bible of creation. We thank you for giving your Son for our sins. And we thank you for letting us know in our soul when we're good and when we're bad and what we need to do to be better. And Lord, never let us miss the opportunity to help someone else. And in Christ's name, God bless Alaska, God bless America, and God bless everybody listening. And you two guys, too. God bless you, because you are spreading the word of what it is to be an outdoorsman, and you are the voice of what we all feel in our hearts. And thank you, Lord, for allowing these guys to do their thing. Amen.
Thanks, Tred. I just want to say one more thing before we let you go, and we'll let you hang up. Just one more cast. Just throw one more cast, because that's what every fisherman says. One more cast. So you have a good night.
Hold on. Hold on one second.
Throw one for us.
Hold on. I'm going to put the phone down.
Sure.
1, 2. There it goes. Oh, not a bad. I'll give it a 6, but it's there, and it could get eaten by the biggest fish of my life. So
there you go.
There's the last cast, and see you later, everybody.
Okay.
We'll talk
good
to
night.
Ted.
You take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Wow, that's all I can say is the guy is
Absolutely.
living a dream. He is living
4,400-ish miles
from
Beaufort, North Carolina. The trailer is doing awesome. The truck is doing awesome. Pepper is doing awesome.
And he's doing awesome.
And he sounds
fabulous. It's just, you can hear it in his voice.
Almost got a little bit of Fred Bear Cleanse the Soul line in there about, where he's out on a sandbar in his track chair, and he's just, like you said, hold on and listen.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear nothing. At the end, you heard the wind start to pick up.
I've said it so many times that I've been out and I've made reference to it, and for maybe those who have heard us talk before, that the silence of the wilderness or the woods or the lake or wherever you're at, I love it when the silence is so loud it's deafening, and you'll know what I mean. If you're an outdoorsman, you know what we mean by that.
Your ears are ringing off the rails.
It's so quiet, it's deafening.
So quiet, and you hear the ringing in your ears. It's that quiet.
Yep.
And then the littlest noise seems like a bomb going off.
It's so amplified.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. And then, or another one is when it gets to that deafening quiet, and all of a sudden you can hear the wind start to come through the trees.
Before it even gets to you.
Yeah. You can hear it start to come through over the ridges and whatnot, and all of a sudden you hear it. And or like he's on the side of on the shore there of Squirrel Lake, he the pictures you've seen, snow-covered tops, and
it's amazing.
Right. So would be a little scary to have the trailer on 2 wheels at one point. That'd be a
little concerning.
Had to take a shower probably after that one.
Right.
But awesome. And it's so good to hear a trucker stopping by, helping him fill up his tank.
Absolutely.
What probably could have took a couple hours at 4 gallons. A guy stops, helps him, gets him on the road just as fast.
Right. So, all right, folks, we'll try again next Wednesday. And if Tred had cell service,
we'll be back with Tred.
We'll be back with Tred. And that was the issue tonight. We didn't know if we were going to or not until he got until he got to where he could find a spot that had cell service. So hats off to him. He made he said an hour travel to find, I think he told us earlier, traveled about an hour to find a place that had cell service. So
right.
Y'all take care, and hopefully we'll see you guys again next week if Tred's phone is connected to a cell tower.
That's right.
So that'll do it for this episode. And, you guys check out his page. Check out our page, Up North Journal.
Share it.
Share
the show.
Yep.
Tell others, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Y'all take care.
And don't forget, you can catch us in syndication at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on goodtalkradio.com. This episode was brought to you by
PSE Archery,
ScentLock Technologies,
Scent Blocker,
Rambo Bikes,
Hunter's Blend Coffee,
Limb Walker Game Calls,
Stanislavski Releases,
Copper John Sights,
Easy Cut Outdoor Products,
Fourth Arrow Camera Arms,
Wind Sense Hunting Sense,
X-Stand Tree Stands,
Spot Shooters,
Gut Check Indicators,
and Packermax Cultipackers.
Thanks for listening, and join us again here next week. Until then, remember, as we always like to say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe until next week on the Up North Journal.